Somebody sent a video in my Discord saying what are my thoughts on this? The older I get, the more I hate people. Okay, that's an interesting title.
The more I'm around people,
Is this
not
just a
because I
yap style
want to.
video?
I could care less to be around people.
I don't relate to this as much. No, this is because I don't hate people. That's not my thing. I just don't spend time around people like that because I don't care necessarily. Like I love to be around people, but I just don't care. I don't hate people. This is I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna actually like sit here and react to this. I don't want my videos are kind of boring enough as is. So watching somebody else that I don't watching somebody else yap. Just two people yapping.
And they don't realize the image. You are the image. You have to be you. You're your own unique individual person. But everyone just follow everyone else. In the way the world going now, it's not going the right way. A lot of people are.
Now everybody does follow everybody else. That's certainly true. Oh my goodness. Immediately what pops up in my head when talking about like everyone follows everyone else is like they had this moment where one of my friends, she was just talking about something, and basically the whole comparison is deep with joy type of thing. She was talking about how like I'm not doing this or that. And I felt like she was just kind of projecting in a way. And I was right when I said that, because she was projecting, because immediately after that moment, I seen that she put in her notes, everybody getting married or pregnant or have a house, blah, blah, blah. I feel so behind. So she was projecting in my stuff. She feels like she's behind. So she has to make me feel like I'm behind, even though I'm not going to feel like I'm behind, because I'm not going to compare myself to everyone else. I know this is not a race. I'm not in a race with no one else. What are we racing to? Death? Me personally, I'm a huge advocate for people being themselves, doing what they want to do in life, because like I said, we not all of us, none of us, we not making out of it. None of us are making it out of here alive. We're all going to die. So you might as well live your life the way you want to live it, or at least try to go for that thing that you want in life, because you only have how many years you have, because I can't even say how many years you have, because you never know what might happen. You could die tomorrow. So just live.
Are mentally, spiritually, not in a place where they should. They're operating from survival. A lot of people are depressed and sad and angry. People are vicious. People are just evil. We live in an evil world. I used to think that like people were good, people were kind, people were, we're there to help each other. That does not happen, or it was just fake. It was all a lie. I don't know. But it seemed like the older I get, the more I even just observe people. I don't even have to be around them. You could just see people being fake.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like I don't really understand the whole like people being fake thing. Like I'm not gonna lie, because I know people can be fake. I know people can be fake for sure. Me personally, I don't take it on that deep of a level, so it really doesn't like concern me, because like I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I don't my emotional state does not rely on basically any human being, because if it did, I know that people would probably let me down, and that's exactly what happens to other people. That put your emotional state in the hands of someone else, and then end up being let down when that happens. And I just have never functioned that way. I have been like, people have put like their emotional state in my hands, and I kind of have let them down, I'll be honest, and not in a fake way though. But as far as it goes, I don't really let that, I guess I just don't allow that to happen. And so like I never really had like fake experiences, because I don't care enough for you to even call you fake. Like you were just a person, you did something that you did, whatever. I don't care. Oh, someone talked behind their back, whatever. I mean, I wasn't really talking to them like that anyways. I mean, it's cool. Kind of a little disappointed in you, but like, I mean, it's whatever. I don't know. That might not be the way to live, but like, I just don't care a lot about a lot of different things. Now, if I were to get into a relationship, ooh, don't you feel me? Don't you feel me? But I will get over it. It doesn't matter. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot what I said. Whatever.
And it's like, damn, there's times when I get lonely, right? I get lonely and I be feeling like, damn, let me get out the house and actually be a normal person. Let me, I get my son, I go on my walks, I go on my bike rides, I enjoy nature. The world is a beautiful place. It's just the people in it. The people in it is just evil and toxic and negative for no fucking reason.
I'll be honest, I guess I get that. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm often in my house a lot because I obviously have things that I want to do inside of my house. I love being inside of my house. Like I love just watching shows, playing games. That's just always fun to me. I don't really get too bored often. As far as loneliness goes, I mean, sometimes I guess like, all right, yeah, I'll be like looking, or I'll think about it and be like, huh, yeah, I probably should like talk to this girl or whatever. And I could like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is not a cocky thing, but I could easily talk to whatever women. I'm often the one that goes ghost or doesn't talk. I actually need to text. Bro, I didn't even text my ex back. Man, I don't know if this is the video for me because like there's so many different things that I just like don't understand. Like as far as like his life goes, because there isn't like much hate I harbor. Like I don't harbor any type of hate for anyone, and like loneliness, I don't get lonely too often. I kind of like, I mean, maybe the a contributor for that reason is because like I live with my family, so like I have them around, so like it's easy not to get lonely when I have people around. But at the same time, I don't really like, me and my family don't interact as often as like other families might interact, because like we're all kind of introverts, so we be in our own world and we talk when we want to talk. I guess having that presence of people, I guess like I don't get lonely, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like regardless I would still be fine because I like my alone time. But I know like people do get lonely. As a human, you want to be around other people, you want to be surrounded with community, but at the same time I don't really get as lonely as other people because I don't isolate myself due to the fact that I don't like people or anything like that. That's like a main reason why people don't hang out with people, don't go outside. They be inside. They just be chilling because they don't like people. But I stay inside because I like inside. Not because I don't like something. It's actually the opposite. It's because I like something. So I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know if this video is for me.
Just because everyone else is. And if you're one of these people who believe in positivity, you want more for yourself, you are an outcast. You're an outcast. People are going to look at you, laugh at you weird. I deal with that right now in my own family. I come from a dysfunctional, toxic family.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense too. I think I really have like a lot more of a positive aspect. I mean, positive perspective on life. Not that positive because I am kind of nihilistic. What is the word? I don't know. I think that there's no point to anything. There is no purpose. You could say that they have a purpose or whatever, but there's no purpose. We're all just gonna end up corpses in the ground. So wait, no, and not in a depressing way though. Like more of a so do what you want type of way. Not yeah.
I did. I took the time. I took the sacrifice, the loneliness that I had to do to heal from it. But my family, they did not do that. And since I took the time to heal, now I'm a bad person. Now I think I'm better. Now he's too good for us. Listen, if you find yourself in a situation with your family where you're either striving,
it's kind of sad to hear,
better, and they don't believe in you, they're putting all this doubt, fear in your mind. It is okay to cut them off.
Yeah,
I was told to us that family is everything and family is all you got. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, mental health, peace, clarity is everything.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like I said, I have a good family, and like I don't have to deal with all the things that like I've heard other people have to deal with, because I've been around so many different people and I've heard their family dynamics. So many people have such bad family dynamics. They come from toxic families, toxic people, and it's okay to cut them off. Despite me having a good family, if I didn't have a good family, if it were a toxic environment and like that I just didn't need to be in, I would do so. I would also cut them off. I would not be around them because you do not need that in your life. You don't deserve that. Wherever they got their trauma from, wherever they got the reason why they're toxic, doesn't need to be inflicted upon you. The cycle does not need to continue. You can want better for yourself, like he said, and you should go for better for yourself.
It's everything. You can't function without clarity, without the right, mental space. You can't. A lot of people they're operating from fear. They're operating from projection from their family, or they're operating from what their family, put onto them. And it's sad. It's so sad because you could be the person to change everything in your family. You could change the cycle. So what? You come from a poor family. So what? You
absolutely you can.
Who cares? No one cares at the end of the day. I wanted someone to care. I wanted people to feel sorry for me, but at the end of the day, no one cares. We all got a story.
It's so easy to get wrapped up in your own life that you forget that other people also have lives. Other people have stories. Other people may have had that sad moment that you're having in life right now. And yes, it's okay for you to want to feel people. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? And yes, it's okay for you to want people to have empathy or sympathy for you. But at the same time, you need to take your sadness and realize that you were the only one that's going to be able to fix it in your life. You were the only person who is going to truly care about your situation. The more close and personal you become with people, the more they feel for you. People can care about like people and the collective as a whole, but they're not going to feel as empathetic or sympathetic towards someone random as they would feel to their family member or something like that. And most people are so wrapped up in their own lives that they aren't going to develop that empathy towards your situation because they're trying to deal with their own, because a lot of people are selfish in that way. It might not be easy to find people you can bank on that are gonna care for your situation. So you have to deal with that situation, manage that situation on your own. Even if you did have those people in your life, you would still have to manage that situation, even with that support system around you. That support system just helps a little bit, and that is what people want as a human being. That is something that you want. You want people to feel for you, feel for your situation. But it's oftentimes that isn't like the case. Depending on the situation, realistically, people may or may not even care for that situation regardless of how close they are to you. They may feel like even though you're going through this thing and you feel this way about it, that it's not as serious to them as it is to you, because only you know what you're feeling.
But it just seems like people get old and they stay the same. They don't change. And when I was young, you know, it wasn't always like this. And maybe I'm just becoming older. And I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one that feel this way, but why is there so many people who continue to go around people, dysfunctional people, and they add more problems into their life? Like, why? Why do people do that? Because they don't want to be lonely. Like, loneliness is not a...
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Had this friend. She, oh my gosh, she keeps going back to people that she deems toxic or whatever, that she deems as people she doesn't want in her life, simply because she's lonely. People go around people, hang out with certain people out of loneliness because they want to have that person, want to have someone in their lives, not that person, someone in their lives. And I think that's a little sad, to be honest, but I mean, I can't judge them for that because, like I said, I get it. Like, I know we're human. We crave other people. We crave the closeness of other people. It's the whole reason why people get in relationships, and that's another reason why people are so determined to stay in a relationship, that they don't want to leave that relationship, because they still want that closeness. They still want somebody there. But staying in a situation where you know the environment isn't good for you, it's never good. That was the most basic thing I ever said. It's never good. It's never good. I've had a guy friend. He had this girl that he really loved, and he wanted to still have her around, even though he didn't even want to be with her at this point. But just knowing that she was moving on from him, that they were growing apart, he hated that. And then another girl, she stayed in this situation, even though it was a domestic situation, and she stayed in this situation because she still wanted him there. She often chases after love. It's almost like she's in a rush to get inside of a relationship, try to get to that point of marriage and a family. Like, in a way, I think she's trying to get to that point of building a family of her own, because hers wasn't the best. It was kind of dysfunctional. And so I think she wants to, like, I don't know, what would be the word? Like, try and get a second chance, give someone the life that she didn't have.
A bad thing. Loneliness is you having that time, that precious and luxurious time to yourself, to find who you are, find out what makes you sad, find out what makes you happy, find out all the insecurities and the fears, and face that. But so many people run from it, and they feel like they gotta go be around someone else, but that someone else is fake, and they're struggling, and they're faking it. And then everyone just become negative and fake and evil and malicious. I've come to the conclusion that I am out of my fucking mind. I am, like, literally, something is wrong with me. I'm crazy. I'm literally insane, because I had negative thoughts. I used to be a negative person. I used to be manipulative. I used to be a narcissist, right? But it got to the point
I was gonna agree with the negative thoughts thing, but narcissist, manipulative, I guess in some ways I can be a little bit. I wouldn't really say like full on narcissist or anything like that. Like, obviously, sometimes I look at myself, and sometimes I'm obsessed with my image. Like, I don't look the best, but sometimes I do stare at myself, and I'm just like, yeah. But I really think that's just the appreciation for yourself, a love for yourself, to be honest. As far as manipulation, there has been times where in my life, I've encountered people, and, like, in order to get what I wanted, I manipulated a little bit, but not really, because I don't feel like I need to, which is the reason why I kind of just am honest with everyone. Like, I'm just straight up honest, because I feel like the biggest consequence to lying is the fact that you have to keep that lie. I don't want to deal with the feelings, the emotions that come with lying. I don't want to deal with that guilt. I just rather just tell you the truth.
Where it's just like, this shit is not helping me grow. It's not helping me become a better person. It's not getting me any closer to where I want to be. It's not helping me feel better. And so I changed all of that, got rid of all of that negative energy, and started being positive. And I'm sitting here with this mindset thinking, oh, if I go around being positive, other people will be positive. I'm out of my fucking mind. I'm outnumbered. This is why I keep to myself. It gets to a point to where I found my peace, and I tried to go around and I tried to, help other people, and, oh man, check this book out, check this podcast out, listen to this. I was going through the same thing, and people don't give a fuck. People love sitting in their own, misery.
Okay, that's actually true. Whoa, that's actually true. People love sitting in their own misery, and misery, guess what misery loves? Misery loves company. Some people feel like because they are miserable, they want you to be miserable as well. There was a moment where, I'm trying to do this whole thing. Like I love social media. I love doing this. I love doing what I want to do. And me doing that, I'm going for that. Even though like they're struggling in life, and also I am struggling too, to be honest. But like I don't feel that struggle as much because I have a more positive outlook on life. I feel like even if I was homeless, I still wouldn't be as depressed as someone that is, to be honest. But I'm not. That's not to say that homelessness isn't bad. That like I don't want to be in that situation. But part of me feel like even when everything is terrible, I feel like stuff is gonna work out for some reason, and I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. But people would rather sit in their own misery than actually like try and make a positive change on life. Oh, my life sucks, my life is this, my life is that, instead of looking at what they do have in life. And I mean, again, I'm not trying to like downplay anyone's situation or anything like that, because some people are in really bad situations that they need to get out of. But part of getting out of that situation is having that different perspective, that a different outlook on life. Because if you feel like you can't get out of the situation, then you're not going to get out of the situation. And I forgot what he said in before that, but there was something he said that I
Go around being positive, other people will be positive. I'm out of my fucking mind. I try to, help other people and, oh man, check this book out, check this podcast out, listen to this.
Okay, but to be fair though, I'm not gonna lie. You telling me to check out a book or a podcast I would not. I'm not. I would not listen to you whatsoever. He's saying, if I go around being positive, then other people are gonna be positive. The thing is with that, like, yes, misery does love company, but at the same time, you have to realize that people can only get help when they want help. People can only help themselves. When you go to a therapist, you aren't going to a therapist simply because you want help. No, you will go to a therapist when you are ready to get help. You going around being positive, giving them books and podcasts, which is not gonna help them because they aren't ready to receive that help. So yeah, it's not simply about whether you're being positive or not. Some people do like to sit in their own misery, but at the same time, you have to realize that people are going to do that until they're ready to receive help. Sometimes it's not that simple to come out of that depression or that state of mind that you're in. You can only receive help when you want to receive help.
If you try to help them, they don't want the help because they're okay with people feeling sorry for them. They want the sympathy of other people. That is that's what makes them happy. People are truly sick mentally, in the head. They're sick. And listen, there's so many people who have unhealed trauma from their childhood, right? And then we become older, we have to go to work, people have kids, they end up getting married, and they never got rid of that, that mental illness, that shit that they went through as a child, whatever it was.
With some people, that it's not as simple as just going away. It's gonna be there present for the rest of their lives because it stuck with them. That moment, that period of time, that childhood, that whole thing stuck with them, is gonna be there because that's the way that they were raised. That's the way that they ended up developing into an adult. And I'm talking about this in more of a positive manner. I have a friend, she went through some terrible stuff in her childhood, and that's gonna always, I feel like, stick with her. She's a very positive person, a bright personality, but at the same time, she still has those moments because she thinks about what happened in her life. And it's not as simple as just forgetting about it, because you can't just forget about what happened. Now, people who go around spreading negativity and making other people's lives hell because their life was a hell, no, that's not the way to go about it at all. And you do need to get some help to try and fix that, because that isn't no way to live your life. Not only are you causing misery to yourself, causing more misery to yourself, but you're also causing misery to other people.
They didn't take the time to try to heal and get better, knowing that they had this shit going on, knowing that they had this going on. And if you know better, you have to do better. It's really that simple. If you know something that you're struggling with, you know something is bothering you, it's holding you back, you have to do the work, you have to get better, you have to heal. Is it harsh? Sure, but it's reality, it's the truth. You can't sit around and wait on anyone else. No one's coming to save you.
Yeah, that is true.
I know my patience, it shrinked as my experience grew. The more I hung around people, the more I talk with people, the jobs, family. It's like when you are younger, you could tolerate drama. You could tolerate fake behavior and constant noise because you really don't know any better. You think that that's just part of life when you're young. But as you get older, you recognize patterns very fast. And your tolerance for unnecessary conflict, it drops. Like, you just don't want to be around messy, toxic, negative energy. That's how I got to a point. It got to a point where it's just like, I don't have to put up with this. I don't have to deal with this. When I was younger, even growing up living with my mom, I had to deal with that shit. I didn't have a choice. I wasn't old enough to just get up and leave. But the older I got, the more I realized, like, yo, I don't have to deal with this shit. Why am I putting up with this?
It's so hard for a lot of people to like leave the situations that they are in, like I was saying before, especially when they're your family, because you have this expectation. You see other people in their families. You want to believe that my family loves me. These are the people who have unconditional love for me, or at least they should. This is supposed to be the one support system that I have when I have no one. When there are no other people that like me, these people are the ones who are going to be there for me. But that's not always the case. Some people don't deserve the families that they have. There's another person that I know, her family treats her so terrible. And it gets to a point where, like, she shouldn't even be around those people after all the things that have happened in her life. I wish a family member would point a weapon at my head. I would never speak to you again, ever. At that point, you are a stranger. But at the same time, after a certain period of time, people end up feeling, well, this is my family. I love her, and I'm pretty sure she loves me. And maybe it wasn't completely their fault. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I did cause that reaction. When no, after a certain amount of time, after this repeated pattern, you have to realize that this isn't the situation for you, and you should leave the situation.
If people are negative, I just don't hang around. I don't pick up calls. I don't text people all that negative shit. I don't care for it. And I'm in control. So I can't sit here and blame other people and say, well, oh, they brought it into my life. Well, you accepted it into your life. You like people, you just know when people are negative and bad.
Well, that's not always true. Sometimes some people can't leave their situation. Like, actually, like, if you, let's say you have like terrible parents and you're a child, like, yeah, you really can't, like, it's hard to leave that situation until you get of age or find some alternative method to, I don't know, growing up. That's not what I meant. But as far as like friends and stuff like that, like, yeah, you are kind of just accepting that into your life because you have the ability to recognize and remove.
No, I find that very funny. People could be very fucking exhausting, not necessarily evil. And I know I talk about hating people, but hating people is often less about actual hatred. I don't hate anyone. I don't know anyone to hate them. It's more about.
Okay, I was about to say, because like, whatchamacallit, watching this video and saying like, the more I hate people, that was just crazy to me, because like, I don't hate anyone. Me neither. I don't hate anyone. I've never hated anyone in my entire life. Like, I feel like it takes so much more energy for me to hate someone than to just accept that that's the way life is. That's the way they are. And either remove myself or remove that level of expectation that causes the disappointment or whatever. Because there's some people that I don't care for, but I'd hang around them. It doesn't matter to me, because I feel like as long as they aren't affecting my life, affecting my emotional state, then I don't care whether you're around or not. It doesn't matter.
You just get tired of people. You get exhausted. It's just like, damn, everyone is the same. And constant negativity, selfishness, attention seeking, and dishonesty can make solitude feel healthier and more peaceful than forced social interactions. I don't like, so many interactions now are forced. And I don't want to be in a forced interaction. Where's the authentic people? Where's the genuine people? Everything is just fucking fake and forced, and it's not real. No one's talking about anything. It's just, I feel like everyone has a hidden agenda. No one really cared to know anything about you, and that's okay. But why take the time to force interaction when you don't have to? I was in the elevator the other day, and somebody just couldn't deal with the silence. They felt like they had to fill that silence with noise because they couldn't deal with it.
Somebody was in the elevator and somebody's in the elevator and they felt like they couldn't talk. I mean, they felt like they couldn't deal with the silence. So they said something. He started making noises. I think they was just awkward, bro. They feel awkward. I can just imagine him in the elevator just there. Some people going to work, some people going to the parking lot to get their cars, whatever. Somebody on their phone. Somebody's just looking at the floors go up, and he's just in the back. He's just like, dang, it's so silent. So wonderful weather we're having today, is it?
No noise, no music, no nothing, and just deal with all the feelings, all the emotions, and just sit in that shit. A smaller circle starts feeling way better the older you get. So many people like.
Oh wait, oh my god. Actually, like, going more a more serious thing. Some people actually like can't like sit in silence because they start to feel those emotions, like he said. And some people don't want to deal with those emotions. They don't want to feel that, so they don't want to be in silence. Like, I've talked to some people and it was just like, when they're home alone and then there's nothing playing, there's no sound, no noise, nothing to distract them, that they start to feel things that they don't want to feel. And so they end up like maybe calling someone up, being like, let's hang out, blah blah blah, constantly being around people so that they can distract themselves from that they're feeling.
Being around a lot of people, and the more people the better. They want social proof. So the more people that I'm around, the better I look. And it's like, no, the more people that you hang around, the more fake energy, the more negativity, the more drama, the more rumors, the more all that shit that you have to deal with. And
that's true.
Quantity matters less than quality.
You have to deal with, oh my gosh, you have to deal with so much when the more people you're around, the more you have to deal with. I feel like even if you like don't leave like much of an impression on people, there's still that possibility of you having like some rumor come at you because that possibility goes up with each person you have around you. If you have this group and all y'all hang out together, there's this person that talks to this person. You say something to this person, and then that person said something to this person. Then like it's just like some things get miscommunicated, like a game of telephone, and then it's yeah. Sometimes it's crazy. That's like one reason why some people like don't let their different groups hang out, because they don't want that giant group and then everybody's communicating, talking about this thing and this, and then rumors spread and whatever, because maybe this person got upset with you and so they said this about you, and then this person said this about you because they said that about you. It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know how much I've been talked about, because I mean I don't even care, to be honest. Like, it's whatever. I don't think I have been talked about much though, because like I don't really like leave too much of an impression on people, but I have still been talked about though.
Many people discover they'd rather spend time with just 2 genuine friends, that's it, than, you know, maintaining dozens of shallow relationships, workplace politics, or performative social connections. And that's all that we do today. Everyone is performing. Everyone is fucking performing. It seems like we're in a circus, and everyone just kind of like, they gotta play their role. No one wants to be themselves. No one wants to show vulnerability. No one wants to, you know, talk about shit.
I do think like this amount of negativity that like he has, like, because he's saying he's a positive person, but at the same time what I get from this is that like he's kind of negative. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like as far as like social groups go, he's kind of negative. It is going to be hard for him to make any type of friends in his life being as negative as this. Like, yes, a lot of the stuff that he is saying is real, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff that he's also saying comes from a place of pessimism. When I look and listen to this guy, I'm not gonna lie, I hear someone who's kind of losing faith in humanity. And honestly, shit, humanity has given ample reasons to have had someone's faith lost in it. But at the same time, like, if he's saying that he wants to make friends and stuff like that, then like you kind of need to go about it a different way. You kind of need to like develop a different mindset than you have. You can still have these same opinions, the same outlook, because at the end of the day, some of it is what protects you. But at the same time, like, if you were truly comfortable in your solitude and stuff like that, then I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. You probably just be like me, bro. Realistically, I have like 3 friends, right? Realistically, I have like 3 friends, and even those 3 friends, sometimes I feel like they might not even be the best friends. There was a time period where like the 3 of them would hang out with this one girl that we weren't really cool at the time. Like, it was 5 of us, and like we was cool, but then like we weren't cool. So like they was hanging out with her more. I mean, they kind of had a reason for that, because I don't really like care for going out, and I don't reach out to people too often. But I felt like they was just like hanging out with her more. They like her more or whatever. Sometimes I would feel a type of way about it, but at the same time, I didn't really take it to heart, because at the same time, they still love me. And especially like one person, she would reach out and make sure that like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with DC because I haven't hung out with him in a while. It's so easy to get caught up in yourself that you feel like, oh yeah, these people are against me. They got this. These people got a hidden agenda, blah blah blah, whatever. But sometimes it's not that deep. Like, I think that's the phrase of the day. Sometimes it's not that deep. Like, yes, life can be that deep a lot of the time, but sometimes it isn't. I hate people who don't take life serious, because there are so many serious things going on in the world. But at the same time, I hate people who take life too serious, because you shouldn't live that way. It's just stressful.
Shit that like actually matters, shit with substance. Everyone is just fucking like shallow. Everyone. And it's like, yo, I'd rather keep to myself. I'd rather keep to myself. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. So they perform and they be fake, and they go around other fake people because they don't know how to be fake alone. So they team up and they be fake with other people, and then they feel, you know, powerful now. And it's like, yo, and you go home sad. You go home feeling worthless. Everything starts within, you know? And getting older makes you protect the negative energy leak into your fucking circle. And so many people do that by being around negative people. They're negative. And if you're a positive person, or you don't like negativity, you don't go around that messy family member. You don't go talking to these messy people at work. Just because you're lonely or you want to feel like you're a part of something, put on some fucking headphones and just listen to some music. Like, messy people is just, man, they're taking over the world. They're taking over the fucking world. Time feels more valuable as you age. You become less willing to waste emotional energy on gossip, manipulation, meaningless arguments, or people who constantly drain you. And speaking of meaningless arguments, fucking they just want to argue about anything. People feel like because they have an opinion, they can argue, and they don't have any fucking facts to back it up. They just want to argue. They just want to talk.
Oh my gosh. This is like completely different from what he's saying, but like, bro, the people who just argue for the sake of arguing, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut up. And me, I love me a good argument. I love me a good debate. But at the same time, people who just argue for the sake of arguing, they aren't like arguing get a new perspective, or arguing to like inform you of something or whatever. They're just arguing because they have a point, and they feel like that they have to stand on that point. Those people are so annoying. You do not have to stand on that point. Me personally, when I argue, I argue for a perspective, whatever, like whatever. I actually made a video on it talking about how like someone didn't like me because they said I was never on a side. I would never pick a side, but like I don't have to pick a side because most arguments are not black and white. A lot of topics are much more complex than what you make it out to be. So yes, if someone on the opposing side makes a good argument that I feel like makes sense to me, then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's actually a good point. And if they're constantly making good points and they end up convincing me, then like, okay, I'm able to change my mind. I don't stay in that same mindset. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. You inform me of something that I didn't know, then I'll take that and I'll think about it. And maybe I don't automatically just switch sides. But at the same time, if I think about it for a second, take a day to think about it, and I come back and I'll be like, you know what? You actually make a valid argument, and low key I agree with you. Then yeah, that could be my new stance. I don't have to stand on my beliefs all the time. Then that's a different situation entirely when I feel like morally, no, that's wrong. Whatever you're saying, that's wrong. But then again, that wouldn't be me agreeing.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Not selfishness when you get older.
Shut
You
the
have to
fuck
protect
up.
your people.
Let me stop. That just came all of a sudden, you know.
Just demons out here. They're lurking. And they're looking for people to fucking collab with and pull into their negative energy and their negative circle. And because some good people feel lonely, and it's lonely, it's lonely when you fucking don't give in to the rumors and the toxic energy, and like it gets lonely because it's like, damn, is everyone negative? Yes, everyone is down there negative. Everyone is toxic. Like that's just
no, that's not true. That's just simply not true. That's just how you feel. That's just your mindset. That's your perspective on life. You have this negative mindset on life, so you feel that everything is negative. Everyone is negative. Everyone is terrible people. But that's just simply not true. That's not true.
But don't fall and don't give in and don't fucking let them pull you into. I see this every day. My family tried doing it to me. I literally got away because they were negative. And whenever I heard from a certain family member, guess what? It was always negative. So now, because I'm doing good or because I'm not part of the negativity, they want to pull me back in. Why? But we ain't going. We're not going. I'm not going back. But be careful with this. Let me know if I'm the only one who feel this way. I love everyone, all my subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and send this video to someone who again, this is not about literally hating people. It's just emotional fatigue and you just tired of all the bullshit, and then you see all the same patterns with all the same people and everyone's the same, and it's like, fuck, it's exhausting. But let me know in the comments what y'all think. I love y'all. Have an amazing day.
Oh my gosh. Most people nowadays live in a perpetual state of insecurity, jealousy, and envy. People are exhausting. It's not that we hate people. It's that when we get older, we have a lot less tolerance for ugly in people. That's understandable. He who sees too much ends up not fitting in anywhere. People have gotten awful, not much kindness and compassion, love. That's actually true. Oh my gosh. Regardless of what we'll talk about in the video, I feel like people in general are just losing compassion because like when we even look at something like the Epstein files or just any little situation that we should feel bad for the people. We should feel bad for the victims. We should have more compassion than what we do. When you look online, you see oh yeah, nah, they deserved it. Who cares? That's just terrible. And like, yeah, I get that you can't, that like you really can't feel as much for a random stranger than you feel for whatever. But at the same time, you can still have that compassion. You can still have a little bit of compassion. You can still express something towards these people that went through something terrible that you would never want to go through yourself or for anyone that you love to go through. The world needs more compassion. People need to be better. But also, talking about this video, we can be a little less negative, to be honest. Like if I'm being completely honest with you. Good video though. Good video. That is not how you spell video.